What's going on, beautiful people? It is I, your flying locomotive and faster than a speeding bullet SuperCliff, coming at you live with a brand new video. And for today's majestic and fantastic video, we are continuing onward with the Man of Steel himself, with Superman, issue number 3. But before we can help save the world, y'all gotta do me a favor. If you're new to the channel, then smash that like and subscribe button. That way you guys never miss out on editing that happens on this majestic channel. So what are you waiting for? Let's raise the bar and go full on Super Saiyan. Hit that subscribe button. Thus, without further ado, let's get heroic with Superman, issue number 3. Our story begins with Lex Luthor, who is still currently in prison at Stryker's Island. And yeah, I think it's safe to say that Lex is pretty annoyed at the moment because for him, he's trying to have Superman get his hands dirty into saving Metropolis. Because of what's happening with Parasites, and with the entire city losing all of its power, Lex is getting ticked off that Superman won't listen to him. And because so, not only is the city losing power, but Parasite's newly enhanced abilities are turning regular folk into Parasite henchmen. And it's happening for Clark, for he's been infected now with parasites. However, because he's Superman, he isn't totally taken over yet. Sure, he looks like a savage monster, he looks like a freak, but fortunately he is still functioning. Thus he flies over the Stryker's Island, and from there, rescues Luthor so that they can work together to put an end to parasites. But wait, there's more, because not only is Supes here for Lex, he's also here for Livewire. Check it. Once everyone's back at Supercorp, Mercy explains that Livewire is going to be the bait, for they need a massive power source in order to draw in the real parasite, that being Rudy over the Supercorp. Because once that happens, the group can then use their tech to find out why Rudy's powers are behaving as such. Therefore, in turn, find a cure that can end this madness. In other words, you take out Rudy and you take out the parasite invasion. And thus Livewire lets loose, as energy erupts like a shining beacon of hope. And it's here where we see the hordes of parasites begin rushing for Supercorp. And not just the people who are infected, but the microscopic parasites as well, including the ones within Superman's body. Once they leave, that's when we see Superman back to his normal self. And while sealing up his contaminated suit so that he won't get infected again, Supes heads out to find Rudy. Now, once confronted, Superman tries to reason with Rudy, telling him that everyone who's infected is, in a sense, a piece of you. Therefore, if you don't allow me to help you and to help you get back together, the amount of energy that you're missing, in the end, you'll end up dying. And so, bro, I'm Superman. I can't let that happen. It's bad for my brand, dude. Therefore, Superman tells Parasite that he knows where he can get unlimited power from your bite-sized bits. The parasites that infected people are now being drawn to Livewire. That's how you're going to save your body, dude. And with that, Parasite is like, dude, you're a genius. And that's exactly what he does. He consumes all the mini parasites, to the point where he's absorbed so much, he turns into a giant bloated mess. Brendan Fraser's The Whale. That was mean. And with a little help from Luthor's tech, Lex removes the radiation that was causing Rudy's powers to multiply. Thus, Supercorp saves the day. The following day, Clark and Lois have a discussion with regards to Luthor. In terms when it comes to running Supercorp. Because for Clark, he's not really sure on how to handle this. Therefore, Lois tells him that, if he's unsure on what to do, then the only way to find out to see what Lex is up to is to work with Lex. That's the only way to beat Lex at his own game. And so from there, Superman checks in with Lex Luthor, who's back in prison. Now it's here where Supes tells him that the Star Labs checked out parasites, and everything seemed to be clear. The radiation is gone thanks to you. So really, dude, what's your deal? You obviously have something planned up your sleeve. You are Lex Luthor. And that's when Lex admits that it's because he wants to help him. He wants to help Superman. Because Lex knows who changed parasites. He knows the people who are responsible. And let me tell you something, Supes. These guys are bad news. Therefore, the only way we can stop these people and save our city is to work together. And so from there, being moved with Luthor's, willingness to help, Superman gives Luthor a watch. A device that he can use to call him whenever. And prior to taking off, Supes tells Luthor that he's not going to give up on him. However, somewhere else in the shadows of Metropolis, we check in with Luthor's villains. And as they sit about and think about the future of their takeover, we see the evil scientist using the screen to see who their next test subject is in order to take over Metropolis. And that, folks, was the end of Superman, issue number 3. And thank you guys for checking out my video, as it truly means the world to me. Again, Joshua Williamson nails another fantastic issue of Superman. With Williamson's energetic writing and Jamal Campbell's amazing artwork, I can't help but not see Superman's world. Metropolis, the character designs, their dialogue, just about every nook and cranny of this book screams Superman. And yes, I know I keep saying this, but I'm going to keep saying it because this is my video and I can do what I want. That being, this comic screams Superman the Animated Series, which is never ever in the history of ever a bad thing. Now, when it comes to the narrative itself, there's a lot to be had. A mysterious group of villains who are planning to take down Luthor, the luminous hero known as Marilyn Moonlight. But for me, the most intriguing aspect of the story is the fact that Superman and Luthor are going to be working together. And hot damn, does this serve as an interesting plot point. I'm definitely curious to see where this relationship goes. Obviously, I'm not expecting them to become best friends or Lex having some change of heart, but there is something prevalent when you compare a character like Superman, someone who resembles the idea that humanity can be anything, to someone like Luthor, who represents the high class, the bully who steps on the weak. Both sides represent something about humanity that everyone shares to some extent. Not saying that most people are like Lex Luthor, who's a supervillain, but in general, we all have something that is good and something that is bad. It's just part of our humanity. So I'm curious to see how these two will compromise when it comes to particular situations. But yeah, as always, I'm your majestic sayer of words, SuperCliff. And if you guys are new to the channel, then do me a solid by smashing that like and subscribe button, and also the notification bell so that you'll never miss out on an upload, and so that you'll always be kept up to date with your favorite top tier comics happening in the comic book world. Now tell me, what are your thoughts and opinions on this issue? Are you guys excited for issue number 4? Let me know down in the comment section below. And until the next video, peace. Giggity goo.